Welcome to another awesome community group. I hope you've had a good time eating together, hanging out already. Here's a question to get to know each other a little better. Christmas is in a couple weeks. Are you a been done shopping for Christmas since before Thanksgiving type of person? Are you a I'm gonna be shopping on Christmas Eve to make sure I have everything I need type person? Or are you a Christmas gifts, what are those type person? All right, talk about it. This week in Romans chapter 16, we're almost to the end of Romans here. In fact, we're in the last chapter. In verse 1 through 24, we read through, and we'll see Paul do this kind of meet and greet and greeting the church. And so I want you to read it first, and let's talk about it. So verse 1 through 24 in Romans 16, and then come right back. We see that it starts off with Paul commending this woman, Phoebe, who is a sister in the faith, who is a servant and a supporter of and helper of the people. And she's bringing, it's believed, the letter to them in Rome. And so it's this really cool picture of him boasting about how great she is and saying, receive her well, like a church should, and care for her. And it's just a great thing for us to remember about each other, that we should speak well of each other and focus on the amazing things that each of us is trying to strive to do in Christ. And so my question is this, whose faith and service could you boast about to others, and what would you say? Tell each other now about another believer that you love their example of faith and service. I hope that was a fun time remembering about the amazing people in our lives and in the church family, brothers and sisters in Christ that are striving to follow him well and glorify him. And what a great thing to remember to speak well of them to each other. And maybe you are getting to know other believers in the church based on the conversations you're having, which is cool. So then Paul kind of shifts gears a little bit. First, he commends Phoebe to the church there in Rome. And then there's many people he names that he wants greeted in the church. He knows about them, or he's met them, or he's worked with them. And so he wants them to be greeted. And to be greeted isn't just like the high five. It's to kind of warmly welcome and receive, or even embrace. And it's like when I'm talking on the phone to my wife and I say, can you hug the kids for me? And it's this share your love, show their love. And so we're called to do that as a church. In fact, he'll end, verse 16, saying to greet each other with a holy kiss. We don't do that in our culture now, but we are called to greet each other well, embrace, richly receive well. And so do you do that well? We should be doing that well. And the question is, what could hinder someone from genuinely greeting the church? Talk about it. After talking about the church's love for each other and that they should greet each other well, embrace, receive those that are striving in this and working together, Paul says to watch out for and keep away from those that would divide or put obstacles in front of and would be against the teaching or the doctrines that they know, that they know are true and that they've been given. And so it's important that we do, try to reach those that have different beliefs and thoughts, but also that we don't allow people to continually preach or teach a false Jesus or a false teaching and doctrine among us that could divide us from the focus of making it all about Jesus. And so my question for you is, what are you doing to better understand the teachings of Jesus, the doctrines of Christianity and the faith, and the beliefs of the church and here at the Roots, so that we can rightly turn away from false teachers and false believers or phonies trying to deceive others. And so talk about what your plan is in that, and then make sure and pray for each other. I love you. I can't wait to see you on Sunday.